Good evening, everyone. My name is Pitalamata. Now, I'm going to start Vedic chanting Medha Suktam. Om Yashchandasaam Rishabho Vishwarupaha Chandobhyodhyamrita Asambabhuva Samendro Medhaya Asprinotu Amritasya Devadharano Bhuyasam Shariram Me Vicharshanam Jihva Me Madhumattama कर्णाभ्यां भूरिविश्रुवं ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽसि वेदया पिहितः श्रुतं मे गोपाय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ मेधा देवी जुषमाना न आगा आदिश्वासि भद्रासु मनस्यमाना त्वया जुष्टानुदमाना दुरुक्तान् बृहद्वतीम विदते सुवीराः त्वया जुष्टऋषिर्भवति देवि त्वया ब्रह्मागत श्रीहृतत्वया त्वया जुष्टश्चित्रं विन्दते वसुसानो सुसस्वद्रविणो न मेधे मेधाम इन्द्रो ददातु मेधा देवी सरस्वती मेधां मे अश्विना बुभावा धत्तां पुष्करस्रजा अप्सरासु च या मेधा गन्धर्वेषु च यन्मनः दैवीं मेधा सरस्वती सा मां मेधा सुरभिषु सतागु स्वाहा आमा आं मेधा सुरभिर्विश्वरूपा हिरण्यवर्णा जगति जगम्या ऊर्जस्वती पयसा पिन्वमाना सा मां मेधा सुप्रतीका जुषन्तां मयि मेधा मयि प्रजा मयि अग्निस्तेजो दधातु मयि मेधा मयि प्रजा मयीन्द्र इन्द्रियं ददातु मयि मेधा मयि प्रजा मयि सूर्यो प्राजो ददातु हंस हंसाय विद्महे परमहंसाय धीमहि तन्नो हंस प्रचोदयात् ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः नमस्कार
A very good evening, everyone. Myself, Shauradip Odhikari. It is my utmost pleasure to welcome you all to today's enlightening webinar organized by Modok Trainer Academy, where we will be delving into an incredibly important topic: relationship management, conflict resolution. In today's world, whether at work, in our personal lives, or even in the virtual space, effective relationship management and the ability to resolve conflicts constructively are essential skills that can significantly impact our lives. We are truly fortunate to have with us today an eminent scholar, distinguished speaker whose expertise spans across international boundaries and whose work has helped countless individuals and organizations navigate the complexities of human relationships. Rallabandi Srirama Chakradhar Swami started his career as a product developer, and later he transitioned into the field of research and development. He has worked extensively in relationship management, coaching, and conflict resolution. He is an esteemed alumnus of BIT's Pilani, Goa campus from the 2004 batch in BE Computer Science. He pursued his love for teaching, engaging with government schools, and eventually assuming the role of academic head in various educational institutions, including Testcracker Education Private Limited, Ignite Academy, etc. Through his extensive research and dialogue with esteemed scholars and educators, Srirama Chakradhar Swami discovered the epic Sri Ramayana serves as a profound embodiment of human value systems. This realization inspired him to embark on the ambitious journey of creating educational models based on our scriptures, particularly Sri Ramayana and Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Surprised by the lack of pedagogical models based on scriptures globally, he dedicated 8 years of research with co-author A. Sarada Dipti, a fellow BITCian, to create the groundbreaking textbook Thavasmi, Life and Skills Through the Lens of Ramayana, launched by Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu. This ready-to-use resource has received global acclaim. Building on this success, Srirama Chakradhar Swami and his team have since developed two more works: Manasvi, the art of mind management through Sundarakand, and Tapasvi, amazing choices of life, offering practical life skills and insights from the Ramayana for readers of all ages. His initiatives, such as the Wheel of Life on time management, Mission Life and Lead Life for personality development, and Ayushman Bhava for serving the needy, showcase his commitment to empowering individuals to lead powerful, more fulfilling lives. Srirama Chakradhar Swami is not just an educator but a catalyst for transformation. With a diverse background in retail and analytics, he offers a unique perspective as a life coach and mentor, embodying the ethos of if not now, when? If not you, who? And blending modern education with timeless Indian wisdom. In just 3 years, his literary works have reached over 18,000 readers worldwide. Beyond literature, his team conducts interactive workshops impacting students and professionals globally. They are also collaborating with corporate firms and academic institutions to integrate teachings from our scriptures into training, capacity building, and professional development. So, without further delay, let's dive in and welcome our today's eminent scholar, guest speaker, Rallabandi Srirama Chakradhar Swami, to take us through today's session. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
कास् काश्यपान्वयसञ्जातं नारायणपदाश्रितं श्रीमन्नारायणं वन्दे यतीश्वरश्रियाजुषम् ॐ अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. Thank you very much, Modak Academy, for inviting me. I'm really thankful for giving an opportunity to interact with, a lot of people. I apologize because this session was planned in the month of November, but unfortunately there was a personal emergency I had to attend, and it was cancelled for that reason. So thanks for understanding and cooperating with me at that time. That said, I am very much happy with the baby that has sung, chanted Medha Suktam. Very nice. I wish and I pray at the feet of Lord Sri Ramachandra to bless you with more wisdom and ability to propagate the timeless literature, baby. So congratulations. And yeah, Saurdeep Adhikari. So thank you very much for the wonderful introduction. I really don't know whether I deserve it, but I'll try to live up to that expectations. So the topic Gargi ma'am has given me today is relationship management. See, when you say in the relationship management, we have a lot of different types of relations that we see. I was asked to speak for a time period of 50 minutes to 1 hour, so I'll try to restrict to that. So in relationship management, we have a lot of aspects. Like you have personal relationship, you have professional relationships, you have family relationships, you call social relationships. Lot different types of relations we come across every day. You enjoy a relationship with yourself, you enjoy a relationship with your family, you enjoy a relationship with your friends, with your colleagues, with your students, with your teachers. Entire world can be viewed from the dimension of relationship. But any dimension you see, for example, if you talk about personal relationship, you have certain elements like communication, conflict resolution, emotional intelligence, trust, boundaries, intimacy, vulnerabilities, expectations, expectation management, forgiveness, apologizing, goals and values of the relationship, jealousy, envy, insecurities. You see, these kind of things are all common in every relationship. But the most important thing, what I feel for any relationship is to sustain, to enrich, to transform the participants, the stakeholders of a relationship is how do we resolve conflict? First of all, why do we get conflict? Can somebody answer? If the chat box is open, you can type it there. Otherwise, you can unmute and speak up. Why is there a need for conflict at all? Can't a relationship be without a conflict? Can't a relationship be without a conflict? How many of you have a relationship without conflict so far? Everybody is silent. Okay. So the root of conflict is, number one, when the expectations are not met. Number two, when there are insecurities which are not addressed. Number three, when there is an unaddressed need. There is a need and it is not addressed or it is ignored. This is one of the reasons why we get into conflicts. Another, arrogance. Third, your desires, uncontrolled desires. You can list down so many things. These are the primary things that we can see. So when you know these kind of things are the reasons, should we not take constructive steps to resolve these conflicts? The answer will be unanimous yes, right? So my as our Adhikari ji has introduced me, my core topic of research is Ramayana. From that Ramayana, the Valmiki Ramayana, we have developed various perspectives. I will try to present conflict resolution through that lens. I hope all of you know the story of Ramayana. And if somebody is not completely aware, I'll just brief you a part of that story which is required for us. So there is a king called Dasaratha, and after performing some Vedic rituals, he got 4 sons: Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, and Shatrughna. 4 sons, and Rama is the the eldest one, and he wanted to announce him as the next king of Ayodhya. So he makes all arrangements. Meanwhile, he had 3 wives: Dasaratha, Kausalya, Sumitra, and Kaikeyi. Kaikeyi, the youngest wife, comes and surprises him that he has given 2 boons for her in the past. So she wanted to ensure that Kaikeyi's son Bharata gets the kingdom, and Rama goes for exile into the forest for 14 years. And then there was a chaos. That means Dasarada is overpowered by these promises that he has made. Kausalya sorrow stricken, Lakshmana very angry, Rama and Sita, it doesn't matter. So they wanted to do whatever is right and appropriate for the situation. And they go in, they move to the forest. This is the situation that has happened. So there is a conflict here. Let us try to understand, how we can resolve what actually led to this conflict. Actually, when Rama was announced or going to be announced as the next prince of Ayodhya, there is one lady named Manthara, Manthara, Manthara. Okay. She is a servant maid of Kaikeyi. So out of three wives, Kausalya, Sumitra, and Kaikeyi, Kaikeyi is the youngest. And the youngest wife, Kaikeyi, has this servant maid called Manthara. She is a hunchback. So she goes to the terrace and then she sees lot of celebrations happening in the streets. And she asks somebody that what is the reason for this kind of celebrations. They will say that, hey Manthara, don't you know? Rama is announced as the next heir of Ayodhya. So we are all celebrating. Tomorrow is his coronation. Then she gets into insecurities. Why? Because so far, Dasarada has given a special privilege for Kaikeyi. Kausalya and Sumitra, although they are the elder wives, Dasarada always had a special affinity towards Kaikeyi. So she enjoyed almost the royal prince status. Also, although Kaikeyi, Kausalya is the eldest wife, Kaikeyi enjoyed the maximum benefits, maximum recognition. Now, because Manthara is the maid of Kaikeyi, she too enjoyed that privilege. It is like the PA of the prime minister. You understand? So when you are the PA of the prime minister, almost everything is in your control. Similar to that, Manthara was exercising a lot of control. But unfortunately for her, when Rama was announced as the king or the prince of Ayodhya, definitely Kausalya becomes Rajamata. When Kausalya becomes Rajamata, Kaikeyi has to report to Kausalya. When Kaikeyi has to report to Kausalya, Mandara becomes, there is an extra layer that is being added. So she felt insecure. She wanted to keep that position intact. So what is that she had in her mind? I have to do anything. I have to do anything right away to make sure that this announcement or coronation of Rama as the prince of Ayodhya or the next king of Ayodhya should be stopped. So Manthara exercised some control on Kaikeyi because she is very close to Kaikeyi. So she goes to Kaikeyi and she tells, hey Kaikeyi, do you know Rama is being made as the king of Ayodhya? Kaikeyi, to her surprise, takes out a necklace and gives Manthara and says, what a wonderful news you have given to me. I am very happy. Rama deserves it. Because Kaikeyi always had special affinity for Rama. Although Bharata is the son of Kaikeyi, Kaikeyi always loved Rama more than Bharata. She took care of Rama more than Bharata. Manthara was shocked at the response of Kaikeyi, and she has thrown the necklace that she has given and shouts at Kaikeyi saying, Mudha. Mudha means you brainless, you ignorant. What kind of thing you are doing? Do you understand the imminent danger that is going to land on you? Kaikeyi says, what? If Rama becomes the king, Bharata has to report to him. Do you understand? That's okay. Rama deserves this. Rama is the eldest one. I'm happy with it. Then Manthara says, no, that's not the case. If Rama becomes the king, all the people will fall in love with Rama, because without being a king itself, Rama is being loved by everybody. Then how can people love Bharata or somebody else if Rama becomes the king formally? Then Kaikeyi says, that's okay, no problem. I'm very happy. Again, Rama deserves it. Manthara don't know how to break this cycle of confidence and faith and love that Kaikeyi has on Rama. Then she tells, do you know, if Rama becomes the king, he will make sure he don't have competition. Who is the competition for Rama? In the order of birth, Rama is born, and then Bharata, and then Lakshmana, and then Shatrugna. So the next person is Bharata. So Rama will expect that he doesn't have any competition. So he will try to eliminate Bharata. He will make sure Bharata is not there. And hence he will kill Bharata. For a mother, a child's safety and security is the most important thing, right? Yes or no? I'm not seeing anybody's face. Can I have some faces so that I can understand whether I'm interacting with somebody or with a laptop? So, yeah, a bit of responses also will encourage me to be more participative. Yeah, so Kaikeyi understood that my son is going to be in trouble. I think what Manthara is saying is making sense. Manthara is making sense, isn't it? Because if Rama becomes the king, definitely any king want to make sure there are no problems. Hence, Bharata is a competition. Hence, Bharata might be in trouble. Oh, are you sure? Then Manthara says, yes, I'm sure. I'm sure that Rama is going to eliminate Bharata. It's a threat to your son. Then with mother's love, motherly affection, Kaikeyi yields to that. What do you call it as conspiracy? Then she did not stop there, Manthara. What did Manthara say? Another thing, if Rama becomes the king, Kausalya becomes Rajamata, and you will have to be a slave to Rajamata. You will become the slave. Do you want to become the slave? Kaikeyi's attitude is, she is driven by passion. She is driven by arrogance. She is driven by pride. She don't want to report to anybody. She want to be the ultimate authority. Now, when she was presented with a fact or a situation where she might be reporting to somebody, and again that somebody is nothing but stepwife, which is again a serious competition or insecurity to her position or the privileges that she is already enjoying, Kaikeyi yields completely. The first one is fear. Second one is competition or insecurity. This fear and insecurity has made Kaikeyi, who was loving Rama so much. Kaikeyi was loving Rama so much. That love on Rama, almost at this episode, Rama was 24 years old. When this episode is happening, Rama is 24 years old, approximately. If Rama is 24 years old, Kaikeyi has taken care of Rama for 24 years. Kaikeyi has seen Rama for 24 years. She has loved Rama for 24 years. So 24 years she has loved Rama so much and understood Rama, yet she has yielded to the insecurity. She has yielded to the fear. She has yielded to, that conspiracy that Manthara has plotted. So what did she do? What did she do? She just directly went to, even Manthara advised her also, don't go and ask Rama, Dasarada the boons. Now you have to go to your sulking chamber. Probably in those days, as we are having 3 bedrooms and 4 bedrooms these days, in those days, there are separate rooms dedicated for sulking, it seems. So, okay. So Manthara advises Kaikeyi to go into sulking chamber, appear very desolate, very disturbed, not so beautiful. Then Dasarada will definitely yield to your appearance because he cannot see you, dull. He cannot see you bad, sad. He cannot see you sorrowful. So he will yield to you. Then you take a promise from him, and then you ask for Rama's exile and Bharata's coronation. This idea is also given by Manthara. So the princess Kaikeyi has yielded to a maid's advice, and she is acting as if Manthara is the princess and dictating terms to her. So she has went into the complete fold of Manthara. Then she exactly enacted the same play. She went into the sulking chamber. She appeared very dull. She removed all the ornaments. All those things happened. Dasarada came. Dasarada wanted to tell, hey, Kaikeyi, do you know that I wanted to make Rama? You will be very happy. Then she said, I'm not very happy. I wanted two boons that you have granted me in the past. Now you have to fulfill them. What are those? Are you sure you are going to fulfill? Yes, I am going to fulfill. Don't worry. Are you sure? Yes, I am going to fulfill. Are you sure? Yes, I am going to fulfill. I am not going to trust you. Then you know what Dasaratha has done? Dasaratha has said, it is a promise on Rama that I will fulfill the promises that I have made to you. On whom Rama promised? Dasaratha, I'm sorry. On whom Dasaratha has promised? On Rama, who is his loving son, who means world to him. Once Dasaratha has promised on Rama, then Kaikeyi revealed that in the past you have given me two boons. One, Rama should immediately go to forest for 14 years. Second, Bharata should be announced as the next prince of Ayodhya. Dasaratha was shattered. What the hell you are speaking? What do you mean by this? You love Rama so much and you want Rama to leave, go to forest? I'm surprised. Are you joking? No, I'm serious about it. This is what Kaikeyi responds. Dasaratha was shattered and he pleads Kaikeyi, a king who controlled the major part of India now, became very, very sorrowful. And he started pleading his wife, this is not the right way. If you want, you make Bharata as the king, but don't send Rama to forest. He begged her. He fought with her. He cried. He did every possible thing. But he could not stop her strong will of sending Rama to forest. So finally, Dasaratha became unconscious. And Kaikeyi asked Dasaratha to announce it. Dasaratha says, I cannot. So she herself calls Rama. And then by looking at his father's situation, Rama says, what happened? What happened to my father? Why is he like this? Why is he appearing so pathetic? This is not the way my father appears. Then Kaikeyi says, he's scared of telling you something. He wanted you to do certain things, but he's doubtful about whether you will do these things or not. Then Rama says, no, my father should never have such doubts. Order me. And my father need not tell me, you are equal to my mother, so you also can order me. There is no difference between you and my mother. There is no difference between you and my father. Whatever you say I'm going to do, you tell me what should I do. Then Kaikeyi says, are you sure? Yes, I am sure, Amma, don't worry about it. Then she reveals these promises. Once she revealed, she was expecting Rama to feel bad. Surprisingly, Rama said, this much only? I am very happy my brother Bharata will become the king. I am also happy to go to forest for 14 years. Dad need not worry about me so much. Just like that, I will go and come back. And then that moment itself, Rama immediately he left to forest. On that day, Dasaratha begs him, Rama, don't leave today. You can go tomorrow. Today, one day, I will give you a lot of good food. I'll make sure you sleep properly. I'll arrange all royal comforts for you. Please enjoy them. Spend some time with me and then you can go. But Rama says, I have decided I will go right now. And then he leaves Ayodhya at that moment. No questions asked. In this process, Kausalya stopped Rama. You should not be going. But Rama consoled her, convinced her. Lakshmana was very angry on his father. Rama consoled him. Rama pacified him. Rama took him along with him. But Rama made sure that there is no conflict. In fact, Lakshmana wanted to overpower Dasaratha and make sure Rama becomes the king. But Rama asks only one question. My dear brother Lakshmana, yesterday when the father told that he will make me the king, you said, wow. And today when he says that I have given two boons and these are obligations for me, so as part of it you have to go to forest, you are saying you are not okay with it. So when the father gives you money, when the father gives you property, when the father gives you luxuries and comforts, you are saying he is a good father. When the father makes sure you discharge responsibilities, duties, all those things, you say he's a bad father. Is that the way you love parents? Then Lakshmana becomes spellbound, no questions asked. Lakshmana says, okay, I'm going to come with you. And then they vanish. Now you see, my dear friends, I'll show you one slide. If hmm, can you see this? Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yeah, I was just telling you this story. I was just telling you Dasaratha, father's wish is to make his son, the eldest son, as the king. Mother's insecurity, I just told you about the insecurities of Kaikeyi. And Rama's commitment, he made sure that he goes to forest without any disturbance happening in Ayodhya. He wanted to make sure the power transition happens very smoothly. He avoided family conflict. He avoided political conflict also with his decisions. Okay. Now let us see what happened between Manthara and Kaikeyi. As I was telling you the story. So what did Kaikeyi do? What did Kaikeyi do, my dear friends? Kaikeyi has listened to Manthara. So Manthara was on the mission of manipulation. So she hardly know the reasons why Dasaratha wanted to make Rama as the king. What is the process that Dasaratha established to make sure Rama becomes the king? Dasaratha followed a democratic process. If time permits, we'll discuss that also. But without knowing all these things, just because she was driven by insecurities, she started disinformation campaigns and started her mission of manipulation. She started manipulating Kaikeyi slowly. Initially, Kaikeyi did not yield. So what did she do? She started increasing the dose. She started increasing the dose. And finally, she made sure that Kaikeyi yields to her mission of manipulation. Right? Why Manthara want to keep up her privileged position? Is there a conspiracy? There was no conspiracy at all. But this conspiracy was cooked up by Manthara. So what did she do? She felt there is a conspiracy, and to retain her position, she started doing these disinformation campaigns. And you can see the difference between the the responses of Kaikeyi in the initial time and towards the end. Initially she was very positive about Rama's coronation. Towards the end, she became influenced. She was influenced by Manthara, and she did whatever Manthara has did exactly. So what was the root? Why was Manthara having this advantage of convincing Kaikeyi to yield to her mission of manipulation? Because Kaikeyi's weak point is she is not happy with co-wives. She is not happy with co-wives. So she wanted to exploit that. And again, her love on the child is another weakness that Kaikeyi has. She exploited that also. So what did she do? She used the concept or the privileged positions between co-wives and the insecurity, or her son being in vulnerable position as the strong points, and made sure Kaikeyi yield to her. What is the mistake that Kaikeyi has done? She has done two mistakes according to me. One, believing in one person uncritically. What I mean to say here is, Kaikeyi would have approached Dasaratha immediately and asked, is there any conspiracy in this? Do you really want it? Or she could have called Rama and asked about it. Or forget about Dasaratha and Rama. She could have heard about other maids who are there with her. She could have understood the perception of Dasaratha. She could have understood the reasoning for why Rama is being the king or becoming the king. Or she should have understood that from other people, that Rama is not of that sort who takes advantage of people or who tries to eliminate people. Instead of doing all these things, she believed in one person uncritically. So she could have definitely inquired more to make sure it is an unbiased opinion. Second, She did not seek opinion, second opinion. So these two together, one, uncritical belief in one person, second, not going to other person, these two are the blunders done by Kaikeyi. Because of which, what is the cost? Although Rama has given his best to avoid the conflict, Kaikeyi has lost his, her husband. Dasharatha, after probably a week's time, Dasharatha, left his mortal body, and then, Kaikeyi left the Ayodhya without a king. They had to wait to call back Bharata. Bharata was in another place, in his maternal uncle's place. They have to wait for some days, and then once they are back, then Bharata becomes the king or the representative of Rama. That's another part of the story. But the cost of Kaikeyi is yielding. She has lost her husband. She has made Ayodhya, without king for a few days. She has caused immense pain to her own son Bharata. Bharata never accepted this decision. She has caused immense pain and loss to Kausalya and Sumitra, her co-wives. She has caused pain to a lot of people because Dasharatha was also a great king. She made all the four sons not to have a father. So there are a lot of these kind of repercussions. How could how could Kaikeyi, what could have been a better strategy for Kaikeyi? Definitely she could have combated disinformation, right? How do we do that, combating disinformation? You talk to people than talking about people. If I am talking about people, it means that I am encouraging conflicts. If you talk to people, then you are resolving the conflicts. See, at the end of the day, every person has his own, perception. All that we have to do is to listen. Active listening is required. So talk to people than talking about people is first step we can do. Second, there is something called suspicion, which means there is an element of doubt. Conviction means you have taken a decision. Here, what started as a suspicion for Kaikeyi has resulted into conviction without any fair analysis. So this should, we should take care of it. And when we are asking somebody, you should ask in a non-accusatory way. That means you should not be blaming. You should, when you are asking somebody that, hey, you wanted to complain on me, right? That is not the way. Do you have, how better, in what better way we can ask? I feel that you are not comfortable with me. Is there anything I can do about it? You are asking the same thing, but you are asking in a way that other person responds to you rather than accusing somebody. Nobody likes, getting accused. Even we don't like getting accused, right? So these are the three solutions which we can, which Kaikeyi would have done to solve this. Now let us take this story. So far, it's a story, and we have understood what are the learning outcomes from this story. But let us apply it to our real life. In our professional lives or personal lives, we have a mantra. Many of the times we do behave as Kaikeyi. We behaved as Manthara also, we behaved as Kaikeyi also, we behaved as Dasharatha also. Dasharatha also could have done one thing. Instead of blindly promising Kaikeyi, he should have said, subject to conditions. Are we not seeing these days, they will come and say that credit card free with a big poster. Under that, they will say this double star subject to conditions. Correct or not? Right? And when you go to a restaurant, buy two, get one free, subject to conditions. And you use this shampoo, dandruff will go, subject to conditions. Correct or not? So when we are able to do this subject to conditions, Dasharatha should not have done sweeping promises, and that too by promising on Rama. Right? So what we have to understand is, have we behaved as Manthara? Are we, in our personal lives, I'm sure that, these kind of thoughts will have come to us, or we have seen a lot of people who are acting like Mantharas, who always wanted to exploit the fishers between husband and wife, between mother-in-law and daughter-in-law, between a manager and an employee, between two employees, between team lead and an employee, right? Between two politicians, between two leaders, between the leaders of an organization. Have you seen that or not? So this mantra attitude of mission of disinformation and misinformation, is a very dangerous thing. As the leader, as the leader, or as an individual, we have to be very vigilant about these kind of campaigns that happens. If you are not vigilant, I'm telling you, we are dooming, we are running towards destruction. Fortunately, because of Rama, the situation was pacified. Fortunately, because if Rama would have revolted, you understand the situation of Ayodhya. In fact, Dasratha was asking the same thing to Rama. Hey Rama, don't follow those boons. See, I have given boons. I am obligatory. It's my obligation to give those two boons. So I have given them. But you don't follow. You put me in jail. And then you rule Ayodhya. Rama understood this. Hey dad, you are very bad. Why? You wanted to make promises. You want to stand by your promises. And you want to tell me that I should not stand by those promises. So you want to be a role model for others, but you don't want me to follow the right path. So Rama immediately said, I'm sorry, I'm going to forest right away. So this conflict was resolved by Rama in the most matured way. But remember, the mantra attitude in us, in the people around us, is one of the prime reasons for lot of, underline this word, avoidable conflicts. See, there are conflicts. There are two types of conflicts. One is avoidable, the other is unavoidable. Today, I'm talking about a conflict which is an avoidable conflict. There is no conflict as such. It was a celebratory moment where people wanted to celebrate, enjoy the coronation of Rama. There was no conflict at all. In fact, it's a matter of, it's a moment of, pride, joy, celebration for everybody. From there, the situation has turned like this. Right? So there was no conflict at all, but the conflict was woven or created by somebody's insecurity to keep up the privileged position. Then we should think about Kaikeyi. Lot of us have perceptions on lot of people around us. I have perception about my wife. I have perception about my father-in-law, mother-in-law. I have my perception about my father, mother. I have my perception about my brothers. I have my perception about my manager. I have my perception about my employees. I have perception about my colleagues. I have my perception about my neighbors. This perception is based on certain experiences. This perception might be true, might not be true, because the world is changing. People are changing. Whatever is the perception that you are carrying now might have changed. Maybe that person have become more good. That person have become even more worse. We don't know. But it is always better to seek a second opinion, especially during the conflicts. If you believe one person uncritically, again, we are doing injustice to the situation. Is the conflict, what is the goal of the conflict? What is the role of a leader in resolving the conflict? Should it be solution or should it be conflict magnification? What should be the role of a leader? Should it be conflict resolution or should it be conflict magnification? Conflict resolution, right? So if you want to resolve the conflict, you have to understand, give priority, you have to give weight to all the stakeholders important, in an equal way. Then only you will understand all the perceptions, then only you can give a holistic solution, then only you can devise an appropriate solution. Right? Is that clear? So this is one case study. We have a lot more, many more outcomes from this. But I'll quickly go through the another episode which I wanted to share with you guys. Uh, you must have heard about Vali and Sugriva in Ramayana. These are two brothers again. These appears in Kishkinda Kanda. So Vali is the elder brother and Sugriva is the younger one. Vali, and Sugriva. Vali chases a demon called Mayavi, and he wanted to kill him. Both Mayavi and Vali enters into a cave. Vali orders Sugriva to safeguard the cave. Vali says, "If I am, gone, close the cave. No problem. Let him, suffocate to death. But if I am victorious, I'll come out. Let us go together to Kishkinda again." This is what Vali orders his younger brother Sugriva. Unfortunately, because of some confusion, because of some situations that happened there, Sugriva assumes that by hearing the loud noise of Vali, Vali is gone, Vali is dead. Hence, he closes that entire cave with huge stones, huge boulders, and then comes back to Kishkinda and reports to his ministers that this is what has happened. So, what is the next thing that we should do? All the ministers tell that there is always a situation, a vulnerability. It's always dangerous to have a kingdom without a king. So you become the king. So based on their recommendation, Sugriva becomes the king. But suddenly Vali comes, and then he sees Sugriva in that uh, position of a king. He was sitting on the throne. Vali could not take it. He bashed Sugriva. He took his property, he took his kingdom, he took his wife, and then he wanted to kill him always. See, here the conflict, this is something which is unavoidable conflict. See, Sugriva did not have information. Sugriva has assumed certain things, but there is no way he can go and verify it, because, see, in the first case that I have said, there was a choice, there was a chance to go and verify whether really there is a conspiracy in terms of Rama's coronation. But here Sugriva can't go inside the cave and verify, because if the demon is still alive, then the Kishkinda will lose both the brothers. So there is no way he can confirm. He can go only with certain assumptions. Okay. This is something which is unavoidable for him. What Vali could have done is he could have given a fair chance to Sugriva to explain why he has thought in that way. Sugriva, why did you think that I am gone? Don't you know my power? Don't you know I am very, very strong enough to kill anybody? Vali could have questioned this, and he could have given a fair chance to Sugriva to explain. But Vali could not. Because of his pride, arrogance, and anger, he wanted to make sure that Sugriva is out of everything. Property, wife, kingdom, and life also. What happened finally? What happened finally? Some misunderstanding which started has costed life. Finally, what happened? Sugriva eliminated Vali. So Sugriva killed Vali. Sugriva got Vali killed through Rama. So, Vali could have heard to Sugriva. Vali could have heard to Tara. Vali could have heard to many ministers around, in the kingdom, that Sugriva is not at fault. We are the people who forced him to become the king. Sugriva did not have any chance, because he did not have any information. So he assumed certain things, which is fair enough. But Vali had enough chance to listen, give chance to Sugriva and other people to understand, do a fair analysis, and then take a decision. But Vali failed in it. So this mistake is called as an attribution error. Attribution error means when we do a mistake, we think that it's because of situations around me I'm like this. But when somebody does same mistake, we think that is their character. For example, when we are going to office, if I am late to office, I say that traffic is too much today. Actually, this is what happened. That is what happened. My bike has gone wrong. It has got punctured. We give these kind of reasons and we expect others to accept it. But when the same thing happens with our colleague or manager or our junior or our subordinate, we think that we immediately pass a statement saying, this guy or girl is like that only. That is their character to come late. That is their character, and that is how they are. This is called attribution error in terms of psychology. Vali has done this attribution error. He has attributed A misunderstanding is being attributed as the character of Sugriva. Sugriva was a loyal brother, loyal minister, loyal servant to Vali. Vali forgot everything. Vali forgot that loyalty. Now he judged the character of Sugriva to be dishonest, somebody who is mongering for credit or power. Is that clear? So Vali could have avoided that. So Wali has yielded to this attribution error because of his haste and overconfidence. What is the solution for this? You always should have a benefit of doubt. When somebody has done a mistake, if your husband or if your wife has behaved differently than what you have expected or what was supposed to be done, you should give a fair chance for them to explain and prove themselves. So that benefit of doubt is always a positive element. Remember this. That benefit of doubt should be used for positive reasons. Instead of giving a benefit of doubt, if you judge people, definitely we are going to lose people and make conflict more worse. Right? And then when you give a benefit of doubt also, by giving benefit of doubt, you are not going to solve the problem. After giving benefit of doubt to them, you should listen to them with an open mind. Otherwise, you are going to, there is no point being, giving a benefit of doubt, right? So there are a lot of other situations where you can, understand the relation between the brothers of Lanka. There is the conflict resolution. The relation between the brothers of Ayodhya, there we have conflict resolution. We have conflict resolution at many, many places. But I just, with the paucity of time, I would highlight these two instances. But what is the general framework that we believe and we are teaching to a lot of corporates, whether we go to corporate leadership training programs or whether we do this kind of online, open sessions, or we go to the schools and colleges, educational institutions, we suggest an approach called RAM, RAM principle. What is that RAM principle? Realize there is a conflict. Okay? And that conflict is because of you or because of somebody else. Apologize. Create a situation where apology happens. Apology means it need not be a sorry, it not mean a falling at the feet. Apology means make sure there is a conducive environment where people talk about this conflict open-mindedly, but the goal of this discussion has to be solution towards conflict resolution rather than conflict magnification. Okay, this discussion should happen. And then finally, mend. Mend means whatever are the reasons for this conflict, you have to make sure the decisions are taken so that next time it doesn't happen. I see a lot of corporates, when we go to corporates, a lot of discussion happens, personal counseling session happens. In that, what we realize is people talk about a lot of great things, but when it goes to execution, they don't execute it. So after these discussions, execution must happen. Then only there is a chance of conflicts getting reduced. Otherwise, whenever there is a human intervention, whenever there is human involved, remember this, human has a powerful instrument called mind. Manayeva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoho. Mind is the reason for trapping you, and mind is the reason for giving you freedom also. So if it is trapping you, you are into conflicts. If it is giving you freedom, you are going to enjoy the life to its fullest. So the element of mind is there in humans. We have intelligence. Sometimes it is wise, sometimes it is perverted intelligence. So whenever there is perverted intelligence, definitely we want to exploit the situation to our benefit. Or we yield to anxiety, we yield to jealousy, we yield to envy, and then we want to prove others wrong. This is a human tendency. Expecting a situation not to be with conflicts is also wrong. Conflicts are going to be part of your life. A leader knows how to steer through them. A person who wants to manage will just try to resolve it. A person who is very bad will magnify the conflict, and he will become the scapegoat of that that conflict which he has encouraged. So what is our choice? Whom should we become? Should we become the leaders of conflict resolutions, or on the other extreme, should we become the people who magnifies and propagates the conflict? Ramayana gives us a lot of examples where conflicts can be resolved in more amicable way. The case of Ravana and Rama war is a failed conflict resolution. The conflict has magnified. Finally, it resulted in the death of Ravana, at huge loss, economic loss for Lanka. So, it's a wonderful topic. In the given time, I think this should be good enough. Definitely, in the subsequent sessions, we'll definitely go into the multiple dimensions of relationship management, especially multiple other dimensions of conflict resolution. We can go. If there are any doubts, we can ask. I'm open for that. We will discuss if there is any doubt. Yeah.